I gotta do everything over again, man.
New York was lit. New York will forever be lit. It's big-time boxing.
The U.S. debut for the man regarded by most to be the best heavyweight in the world. Anthony Joshua!
AJ walked into MSG
like a superhero walked in the building.
And he's fighting a fighter named Andy Ruiz, who very few people have ever seen fight.
Here's a guy who no one truly believed could win.
Anthony Joshua standing next to Andy Ruiz. Who's winning that fight?
Did I know about him? Truthfully, no.
I think I've always been the underdog because when they see me, they're like, man, who's this short, chubby kid?
I knew very little about Ruiz. This guy who looks like he just rolled in from the pub.
I thought AJ was way too big, way too strong for him.
Let's get ready to rumble! A hook lands as well by the champ. Good uppercut and a hook. Puts Ruiz down.
Anthony Joshua is a composed and ferocious finisher. Watch this.
Now we're gonna watch him finish the fight. Finish off Ruiz. The champ with the right hand. Ruiz comes to fire back. And Joshua's hurt. What the hell just took place?
I think Joshua didn't even know what hit him. I thought I was watching a movie.
It made me feel like a real Rocky is born.
This
Born.
The champ with the ready to rumble. A hook lands as well.
Will forever be lit. It's big-time boxing.
The U.S. debut for the man regarded by most. Very little about Ruiz. This guy who looks like he just rolled in from the pub.
I thought AJ was way too big, way too strong for him.
Let's get ready to rumble! A hook lands as well by the champ. Good uppercut and a hook. Puts Ruiz
Anthony Joshua is a composed and ferocious finisher. Watch this.
Now we're going to watch him finish the fight, finish off Ruiz. The champ with the right hand. Ruiz comes to fire back. And Joshua's hurt. What the hell just took place?
I think Joshua didn't even know what hit him.
Took place.
I think Joshua didn't even know what hit him.
What's the emotion? Is it like, hey, I'm looking back and I had a great career? Are you sad? What are the emotions? What are you feeling?
No, I've had a few people ask me what the emotion was, and I don't want to be non-dramatic, but it's not, man, I don't have very many emotions. It's like, man, I feel great that people are reaching out and telling me how I impact their lives. And then it's like, okay, my life didn't effing end. I'm ready to go destroy my next project, whatever it's going to be.
Right. That leads me into my next question. You're only 35 years old. You're a young man. What's next? What's the next phase of your life going to look like?
Yeah. Well, my brother and I already own 3 wrestling academies. We're expanding to number 4 and number 5 next year. It's awesome. And, part of the people who reached out were people I've already had an impact on in the time that we've owned the businesses. I work for a company called Rudis doing a podcast. for wrestling, so I get to talk about the sport I love, and that's fantastic. And, I think there's probably a few other things on my horizon.
Could you see yourself doing commentary on television?
I think there's a chance. I think I'm going to give it a try. I've got a lot of people encouraging me to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. I'm still not sure if I'm going to like it or not. I'm up for debate on that one.
You're only 35 years old. Is there any chance, Ben, you take a fight in the future when the body's feeling a little bit better than it is now?
I don't foresee anything like that happening. And so to clarify the procedure, I did say yesterday, I used the name of this procedure, it's called Birmingham Hip.
You're only 35 years old. Is there any chance, Ben?
A few other things on my horizon.
Could you see yourself doing commentary on television?
I think there's a chance. I think I'm going to give it a try. I've got a lot of people encouraging me to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try. I'm still not sure if I'm going to like it or not. I'm up for debate on that one.
You're only 35 years old. Is there any chance, Ben, you take a fight in the future when the body's feeling a little bit better than it is now?
I don't foresee anything like that happening. And so to clarify the procedure, because I did say yesterday, I used the name of this procedure, it's called Birmingham Hip. I've been told you're probably not supposed to do anything after that. But I did just get a few Division I college wrestling coaches that reached out to me, and they said they've had the procedure, and it's actually, they had it with one of the doctors that I'm looking at doing it with, and they said it was over a year rehab, but they said they're both what did they say? No restrictions. So meaning they can do whatever the hell they want. They said they both go in and wrestle with their teams, and that was really that was something I was having a hard time with because everyone else made it seem like I would be more restricted, and I don't know that I ever want to compete again in any way, shape, or form. But I always envisioned myself as I got older, running the wrestling academies. I'd work out with the guys or do whatever it is that I wanted to do. So the thought of having restrictions on what I was going to do, that was pretty hard. And so I always hoped that there would be a way I could avoid that. And so having these guys reach out to me and say, "Yeah, dude, we had the same procedure. It took us a year to get back, but we're no restrictions now." That was like really positive to hear that.
Would Masvidal or Maia have been any different if you weren't dealing with this serious hip injury?
No, that's what I said yesterday. I don't want to put any part of my results in question because of this. Listen, I lost because I wasn't good enough. Like, listen, there's a day to your competition. You effing show up with whatever condition you're in. I mean, who knows? Maia and Masvidal, they're probably not 100%. They probably got shit they're dealing with. I'm sure, right? It's been in the sport long enough. So the assumption that just because you're not 100%, dude, are we ever going to be 100%? Like, that's dumb. I lost because I wasn't good enough, and that's why I lost.
I know it sounds too good to be true, but the Earnin app is legit. I don't get paid till next Friday, like you. I can cash out $100 for my next paycheck instantly.
Life doesn't wait for paydays, so that's why I download the Earnin app to access my paycheck instantly. There's no fees, there's no interest, because you never know what life's going to throw at you.
With Earnin, you can cash out as soon as you clock out, with no interest or fees.
the flock blindly falls into formation. But this season, a more thrilling journey is calling. Defy the laws of human nature at the Season of Audi sales event.
Santa Cruz on the attack.
Oh, he stunned him.
Chance of Leo from the crowd.
Right on the chin. Santa Cruz loves what he does.
Welcome back to Inside PBC Boxing. Time for some fighting words. On Saturday night, Leo Santa Cruz and Miguel Flores looked to steal the show in their pay-per-view super featherweight title bout before Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz closed the show. Today, they're going to try and steal some of Deontay's thunder right here, right now. Let's get to it, guys. Leo, I was watching the Countdown show, you and your dad watching footage of Miguel, and Dad at least was saying that it's easy to land punches on Miguel Flores. What are his weaknesses?
No, my dad, my dad said he's the one that studies the fighter. He's the one that watches them, and he's telling me what I can do. And, he saw that saw him dropping sands, and that I could land some punches, and, I just go with that. I know once you're up there, it's harder, it's different, but we're going to try to do that, and we're going to go out there and give a great fight.
So Leo and his father see some obvious flaws in your game. What do you see?
I see weaknesses as well. There's things he does well, but I see there's things that he doesn't do well either, And I know he likes to fight. I like to fight as well, so it's going to be a great matchup, our styles. But I think I can box a little more, move my feet a little more than they actually think I can.
Leo's looking to introduce himself at this weight class against you. Has he chosen the wrong opponent to introduce himself to the weight class against?
I think he has, It's all about timing. It's my time now. I think people are a little fed up of the decisions he's made in his career, and I think it's time for a new face, a new champion.
Fed up with the decisions that he's made in his career. What do you mean by that?
Just, people say he's not taking risk in his fights, and, as fighters, there's always a risk when you go in the ring, but, people just want to see certain fights, and he hasn't given them to them.
He's fighting you. Are you not a risky fighter for him to face?
Like I said, it's different. When you're in the ring, every fight's a risk, but to people, he hasn't, Some people say, he hasn't took the risk that they would have liked him to.
Do you cherry pick, Leo?
I don't think so. I just fight, I get in the gym, I get ready, I fight. Miguel Flores, I don't think he's no cherry pick. I think he's a great fighter, a tough fighter. I know it's going to be a tough fight, and that's why we decided to fight him, because we know that fight day, we're going to both give a great fight, and that's what we want. We want the fans to see a great fight, and that they're going to see that he's no cherry.
If you get through this fight, there are very big paydays on the horizon for you. How do you make sure that you avoid an upset against Miguel?
No, yes, in the gym, I train 100%, focus. I know he's coming to fight with his brother. I know he promised his brother, and that, it touches me, and I wish him that he could make that dream come true, but not against me. I know, hopefully, I get the win, and after that, I know he's going to have many opportunities, and I hope he does make his brother's wish come true, and he takes him that belt to his grave, but not just against me. I'm going to try my best for him not to do it against me, but after fighting me, I hope he wins it.
You said that he hasn't recently fought some of the opposition that you would like to see him face, or maybe the fans would like to see Leo face. He has at least talked about Tank, Gary Russell Jr., talked about facing those kind of fighters. Do you think he's overlooking it?
That's great for me. He could keep talking about those fights. He could keep talking about a pay-per-view with Tank. He could keep talking about Gary Russell. That's fine with me. When I wake up, he's the first person I got to worry about. He has other people whispering in his ear, you need these big fights for the recognition. I think, he's already a 3-division world champion, but, he said that's a dream for him to become 4-division. Well, guess what? I have a dream too, and, I'm going to make the best out of this opportunity, and I'm enrolling in the underdog, role. I'm good with the underdog. It takes pressure off of my shoulders, and, all the pressure's on him. If I lose, hey, another guy that lost against Leo. If I win, though, it's my lottery ticket. So I train hard at the gym, and, like I said, we do see weaknesses in his game.
When you sit between two fighters like this, you tend to expect, or you're used to there being a certain amount of tension. How do you feel when you hear Leo talking about the fact that he would like to see you accomplish your dream and take that belt to your brother's grave?
No, like I've always said, it's nothing but respect outside the ring for him, for his accomplishments. Inside the ring, though, I am trying to knock him out. I am trying to beat him, I am trying to take that belt back. And, like I said, sometimes you only get one opportunity, and I'm not going to let this one pass up. because this is the opportunity. Of course, you know, we all say we want things, but in the ring is different. You know, in the ring, we're going to try to knock each other out. Well, at least I am.
Can we get a prediction for the fight?
You know, I just want to go out there, you know, like I said, I want to go out there, of course. You know, I want to look for a knockout. If I hurt him, if I see him, I'm going to go out there and hurt him, finish him. But, you know, what I pray before going to the fight is that both of us come out healthy from the ring, that nobody comes out, like, seriously injured or in a coma, nothing like that. I just want to go out there, look for the win, and get that fourth title. That's what I'm looking for. My dream is to be a 4th Division World Champion, and he's in my way, so I got to get him out of there.
We all want to see you come out healthy,
Yeah,
but what's
thank
your
you.
prediction for this fight?
No, I mean, like he said, it's gonna be an all-action-packed fight. You play the fight in your mind a few times, and not a few times, a lot of times, you know, at nights, and I picture myself dropping him with a body shot. You know, a lot of people say, hey, your knockouts are all there. I'm like, I know there may not be all there, but I'm a great body puncher, and I can see myself dropping him with a body shot, you know? It's something that I know he doesn't like. Nobody likes it, but I can see that happening. And like he said, I mean, at the end of the day, we're boxers, we're fellow boxers. I wish him nothing but the best, but inside the ring, I am trying to knock his head off.
Gentlemen, wish you both the best. It's set to be a fantastic fight,
Thank
this
you.
one. I really appreciate the respect that you both show
You're
as well.
welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
This river right here, it means a lot to me because I defeated death here. At 8, you know, I was young, swimming underwater. Everybody swim underwater. My eyes was closed, and not knowing that rivers has a constant flow. I was swimming in the wrong direction. I was swimming to where the flow was going the opposite way of what my family was. And by the time I came back up, I was too far away from them. And they didn't even notice I was gone. And I kept going under, kept going under. And how I got saved, I saw this image of a well. It was in spiritual form, but an image of a well. And I can remember the tail hitting me up and putting me back where my family was. I know it's hard to believe because you think about a well in the river hitting you up, but it was in, you know, they say angels come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. And definitely saved me. The famous Black Warrior River is known to be named after Chief Tuscaloosa, which Tuscaloosa means Black Warrior. And they said Chief Tuscaloosa was tall, dark-skinned, between 6'5" to 7 feet tall. He was a warrior. He was a resemblance of myself. Yeah, ultimate warrior. Until one day the Spanish came along and they got him out of there, you know. Expiration date. It's just all about what we do in that time. Way in the water. Way in the water, children. Tuscaloosa is a beautiful place. It has so much history. It's a lot of history here, and that's what I love about it. This is my home. I love being here. And I say it all the time. When it's time to slow down, say, you know what? I need to take a deep breath.
Okay, Google. Okay, Google. GameStop hours.